you know what? This isn't right. No, hold on. Let me just take these down. Just a little bit more. I only hope it don't fall. There. Now they fit. Now it's just kind of like there. That'll do. That's right. I'm now covering the Conjuring universe. But Scotty, what happened to your random picks out of the bag? I tried it twice yesterday. I did. I picked out a movie to watch. I picked Wanted. It was randomly picked Wanted. And then I watched it. And then I got distracted doing other things. And I forgot everything about the movie. So I went, grabbed another movie, put it in the bag, shook it up, grabbed another one. Out came American Psycho. And I couldn't get into the movie. Couldn't care for some reason. So I said, you know what? I was going to go ahead and do the next franchise I was going to do. That's the Conjuring franchise and Conjuring universe. Although it won't be strictly this, I will be taking breaks. I'm going to do some Christmas movies. Sorry about that. No, I'm going to do some Christmas movies. So look for that. And I'll have a Christmas background for those movies. Yeah, so let's start with the Conjuring, the first movie, based on the case files of Ed and Lorraine Warren, based on true events. I've heard that both of the Conjuring movies, who are the only ones that are actually based on true events, they take liberties. I'm not exactly sure what those liberties are. Because I remember I went to see this when it came out in 2013, and I was legitimately freaked out by this movie. I wouldn't say I was scared, but I was freaked out. Because, for one, they were calling it the scariest movie ever made. They do that with horror movies nowadays. What's the scariest movie ever made? It's not, but it was legitimately scary. I mean, it was effective. And the fact that something is based on true stories, true events, to me, that gets a little bit freaky, because if this is true, if Ed and Lorraine Warren were really hunting down ghosts, that it means that it could be something still out there, you never know. This one particularly focuses on the Perrin family, who are real people. They show it in the end, the pictures of them and stuff. They are real people. And the hauntings they go through when they move into a new house, and the mom is slowly taken over by a dark presence known as Bathsheba. And the children, all girls, they're there. And let me start by saying this. This is a film that gave Joey King her start. She may have been like Ramona and Beatus before this, but Joey King. And in this film, she's a positive. Absolutely. She's great. However, what I don't like is they've been, ever since she did this movie, ever since Joey King did this movie, and she was phenomenal in this, they've been trying to force her to be a scream queen. She had one good horror film, and then they put her in Wish Upon and that terrible piece of shit Slender Man movie. And they think that, oh, she was in one good horror movie. It's not just the actress that makes the movie. It's other actors around them. It's the director like James Wan. If James Wan had done the Slender Man movie, it would have been done right. But, so just because she did well here, doesn't mean she's going to do well in other, types of movies like this. I mean, she's a great actress, don't get me wrong. She's good in other things, I'm sure. But don't try to make someone a scream queen or make someone a name in the horror genre based off of one film. Because to me, she's only been in a couple other horror films and she hasn't done much. It's like Lucy Hale. Like, she was in that Blumhouse Truth or Dare movie, and now she's going to be in another Blumhouse movie, the Magical Island. What was it called? It's based on that old TV show starring Ricardo Montalban, Fantasy Island. And it turned out into a horror movie. And it looked interesting. But they also had Lucy Hale in there again. And I don't know if she's even been good in any horror movies, but I'm just saying, don't try to force it. But in this movie, she's pretty good. You also have the Warrens portrayed by Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga. And when I first saw this, I thought Vera Farmiga was Patricia Arquette. No. Nope. I also thought it was Patricia Arquette in Bates Motel, but turned out it's Vera Farmiga. So, I'm kind of stupid. But, yeah, they are the best thing about these Conjuring films. Even if there's problems with some other actors, actresses in it, they're still good. And even Annabelle Comes Home, the best parts are when they're around. And they're never bad. And, they represent a wholesome family in the 1970s, which I believe this takes place in 1973. Could be wrong about that. But yeah, and we're introduced to them at the beginning through spin-off bait, to be honest, because we see the Annabelle doll, which originally was a Raggedy Ann doll. And to me, I've always thought, well, if it was supposed to be a Raggedy Ann doll, why didn't they use a Raggedy Ann doll? Because they wanted to make their own doll. Maybe they couldn't get, permission or something, but to me, it seems like they did it because they wanted to have potential for a potential spinoff. And sure enough, shortly after this came out, it started swirling around that they were doing an Annabelle movie, which I'm going to do next. But yeah. And the story about the Annabelle doll, about these nurses, these college nurses or whatever they are, they deal with it. And it really has nothing to do with the rest of the film. Which also leads me to think that it was all, spin-off bait. We'll put this little story in. Otherwise, why would they, if they were, maybe they were trying to do their own little connected universe. Which to me, the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Conjuring Universe are the most successful cinematic universes right now. And they try to do that. Dark Universe over there at Universal, which supposedly is getting continued with The Invisible Man. I don't know how that works, because I don't know if, it's what it's actually going to be a part of it, but it looks interesting. I might check it out. experiment, that kind of failed, but who knows. But to me, they're the two most successful in Marvel Cinematic Universe. And yes, the trailer, as I'm speaking right now, the trailer for Black Widow came out. I guess I'll do it here. I was going to do my own video, but it's really nothing, for me. I mean, nothing bad about it. It looks alright. It's a Marvel movie. It looks Jason Bourne-esque, type thing. Looks alright. But anyway, back to this movie. I think, for the most part, there's barely any special effects in this, except for towards the end. But for the most part, they get the atmosphere right. They get the, whatever special effects they use, they get it right. The way they use their ghosts is great. Like always throwing ghosts out there. It's subtle. Like you see a little boy in the background, or I think in the city, but you see something in the background. You see this. There's this thing with my little girl. She has this little music box. And she says that she has a friend named Peter or something like that. And if you play music box, you could see it. So Lorraine does that, and the audience doesn't see it. Not really. There is a scene where there's something when she's down in the basement, you see, but you don't see what you're supposed to see there, and that kind of works. Like, it's what you don't see that's even creepier. Like, ooh, is there something there? Is there not something there? Does Lorraine see it and we can't? Because Lorraine has a special gift. So, who knows? If there's one character I think it's inconsequential, it's the grandmother. Like, Lorraine's mom is used as a babysitter for Judy. And then there's a thing where Bathsheba takes hold of the Annabelle doll, which shouldn't be able to happen if the place is protective, but it does anyway. And then it goes after Judy, their daughter, and we see the mother-in-law here once. I don't remember if there's anything to do with, but because and Annabelle comes home, which takes place after this, but before the second one. She has a babysitters, so it's kind of confusing. But maybe the grandma's not important. Maybe she died in between films. I don't know. But for the most part, this movie does deliver on the scares and the jumps. It's not your traditional jump scare. There's one that I think you could call a traditional jump scare, and that's when they put there's this doors, they put bells on the doors, and they hear the bell, and the door opens, and the guy, Brad, walks out. Oh no, this movie is actually pretty good. The scares are delivered. The creep factor is way out there. It gets your heart going. Like the initial trailers where the mom is in the basement and it's dark and she holding the light and he's like they play this game, hide and clap. Has anyone ever played it like that? Let me know in the comments. Has anyone ever played it like that? It's always hide and seek, but hide and clap, where you have the person seeking you is supposed to, ask for a clap. And there's 3 claps. You get 3 claps. And then they gotta try to find you. I don't know if anyone's ever played that way. I never played it that way. It's just a weird way to play it, I guess. But yeah. The climax is where it gets real, real dark, and it gets, the darkest in the film, where, the most, I'm not saying the most scary, but creepy factors up, because they have, Lily, what's her name? Carolyn, which is Carolyn Perrin. She's been taken over by Bathsheba, and they're performing an exorcism. They call the church, but the church can't get out there. So Ed says he's going to do it himself. He tells Lorraine to leave, but Lorraine says, no, I'm not going anywhere. Wherever you are, I am. And they do the thing. Eventually, they're able to take it. This is where the creep factor is, and they do the CGI birds. And for me, that's the worst effect in the movie, is the CGI birds. I noticed that right away when I was watching it earlier. I started watching it this morning when I went to work, and I finished it afterwards. And it's just, I noticed it right away. Oh, it's terrible. Until you get the bird that lands in the basement, then that looks realistic. But other than that, that looks terrible. And this is the final part where there's a scene earlier. It harkens back to a scene earlier in the film where Carolyn was telling Lorraine about a fun time they had at the beach. And Lorraine uses that to bring Carolyn back, and they're able to send Bathsheba back to hell. Absolutely love that. It means that family means the most to Carolyn and her family. I'm sure they're not going to live in that house anymore. I mean, there's still there's other ghosts and stuff in that house besides Bathsheba. So, yeah. But I don't know, guys. I can't talk anymore. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10 for The Conjuring. Decent film. Great film, I should say. Great atmosphere, great characters, great actors, great director in James Wan. All over, great. So I can't give it any better than a 9 out of 10. I can give it a 10 out of 10, but I don't think it's quite there. But 9 out of 10. What are your thoughts on The Conjuring? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. Love, peace, chicken grease. Forgot what I was going to say.